ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to session 2 of Shadows over Salem, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 Chronicle. I am your storyteller, Mike. Pronouns he, him, and this is presented by Lagniappe Gaming. Allow me to introduce our players.
Hi, I am James, the Lorebot. I will be playing Sasha Lupin. Their pronouns are he, him, and he is a SETI.
Hey, I'm Sarah. I will be playing Alexis Moore, goes by Alex most of the time. She is a Gangrel, and we'll see what happens.
Everybody, my name is Lou. I'm playing Rolando Galvez, our resident spooky. He is Hecata, and he goes by he, him.
All right. End of session 1, we left off with everybody getting a mysterious text by a mutual acquaintance known as Boy Named Sue. A couple of you were en route to Pine Grove Cemetery. We're going to pick up with Rolando. Rolando, you were currently in the beginning of a session with a customer. You received a text. What's going through Rolando's mind right now?
Rolando he doesn't like to disappoint clients. So he's thinking, how do I speed this up? This little appointment session that he has with a new client, Wendy, and make it to the meeting point. And he's not even really sure why we're going there, and does he have enough time to change before he goes? So
The text did say an hour. So
usually the sessions are 40 minutes, 40 to 50, depending on how much activity there is, especially for a seance type situation. So Wendy, he reaches across the table and he wants to hold her hand. May I hold your hand?
she reaches out eagerly, and you can see sitting next to her the older gentleman.
Yeah. Her husband, whose
Yes.
name I forgot.
I believe it was Joseph. Yes.
Okay. That's right.
And he just keeps staring at you with that empty, pale stare that you've grown used to encountering other spirits.
Not at all unnerved by this. So I ask her, your husband, he is already here. He seems to keep an eye on you pretty closely, I feel. He definitely watches over you. He's I'll give the best description of him that I can to her. Physical appearance, at least from what he could tell.
You start to describe him, and she too starts to become somewhat pale, even though she was quite elderly and pretty raisined up, pruny, wrinkly as it is. She does start to well up in her eyes. And at first, she had like that expression, this might be a scam. My daughter sent me here, but you might actually be legit in her eyes. And you can feel her hands start to tremble in yours a little bit as you continue on.
As
Hands are shaking in yours.
let me reassure you that, if he may or may not be able to actually communicate directly with you through me, but he is here, and he looks like he's more skeptical of what I am about than you are currently. Is he normally so skeptical?
He's always been kind of skeptical, but he hates to see me be taken advantage of course. And as you're conversating with her, you notice his image starts to fade out and eventually completely dissipates. Would you like to use Oblivion Sight?
Yes, I would.
All right. Oblivion Sight does not require a rouse check. The thing is, if you use Oblivion Sight, your eyes are going to become completely blacked out.
Bit, a bit scary to her, probably.
It could be, unless that's part of your show. You could attempt to pass it off with a certain kind of roll. It's up to you.
You could also put on some glasses.
You could put on some glasses.
I could.
Or you could turn down the lights a little bit, light a couple of candles.
Yeah, the atmosphere is already very subdued in here, and the lights are already pretty low. So, other than going kind of just dark and maybe upsetting her, he allow me to please remain seated. I just want to try a little something. And he'll stand up and he'll go behind her and gently lay his hands on her shoulders and then turn on the Oblivion Sight.
Your eyes become completely encased in blackness. When you open again, everything that is in the current room is still there, but you do see other shapes and objects. As in, there's a partition that comes out of the wall that doesn't currently exist there, but it seems like an older style of brick that's semi-crumbled apart. There's parts of the ceiling that are hanging. The floorboards are just kind of jagged. There seems like kind of a sway, like there's some kind of wind that's moving them, and everything that appears in this fashion is quasi-transparent to the point you feel that you could touch it and it has a luminescence to it, but it's not completely solid. You turn to the door and you do indeed see Joseph standing there, arm propped up against it. He doesn't look pleased at all. He just keeps staring at you in that skeptical tone.
Am I still grounded in a sense, with my hands on her shoulders?
You are still standing right behind her, hands on her shoulders. She's facing away from you.
Okay. I'm gonna let go of one of her shoulders so I can pivot a little bit better.
Mhm.
And then I turn to him and I say, we need to work on getting you to trust me. She would fare better knowing that you would be able to communicate through me.
Why do I need you to communicate with my wife?
The realm that you're in does not allow for communication to where we are.
Who says I want to talk to her?
Don't you?
Last time I checked, The vows we took said, till death do us part.
There was some transgression on her part.
You're saying this whole conversation out loud?
Yeah, actually, I do.
When you say transgression, her shoulders kind of tense up as he continues, and she seems like she's trying to strain to either hear something or see something, and she turns her head in the direction that she hears your tone directed to, but she doesn't see anything in the doorway. And Joseph just continues. It has nothing to do with a transgression, and you're not a part of this, and she shouldn't have to pull you into this.
Well, your daughter, I'm assuming it's your daughter, sent her to me because I have a way to reunite families when they've been separated.
And I didn't consent to that.
This is true. And you have your free will. You can leave.
I don't need you to make a scam out of this either.
Well, I am speaking to you. So
You are, but you're also implying that you're here to unite people. You're not here to unite people. You're here to make a buck.
Well, we all have talents and services that we can provide. There's nothing wrong with a little compensation.
Taking advantage of an old woman like this. If I wanted to speak to her, I'd reach out.
Well, you could try.
And he pauses after you say, you can try, with a long stretch of silence that only really lasts about 20 to 30 seconds, but it seems a hell of a lot longer. And he takes one of the candles off of the mantle, and normally when you encounter spirits, they just appear. They're apparitions, there's conversations, there's heartfelt moments. Every once in a while you encounter a hostile, but this is probably the first time you've seen a spirit actually interact with something physical. And he picks up the candle, and as he does, you feel her shoulders tense up again, and the candle flies across the table. I said, stay out of it. She goes to jump out of her chair. What the fuck was that?
Apparently, your husband, Joseph, is not entirely happy that he's been sought out.
Why is he so angry? And she goes to reach a hand up to hold the one hand that's still on her shoulder from you, and starts to squeeze it as she looks at the doorway. Joseph, why? Why, Joseph, why?
I put my hand on top of hers, and I kneel, kind of just lean over a little bit, and I say, well, I don't think it's you that he doesn't want to talk to. I think he assumes that I am taking advantage of you. So he needs time to see that I am not doing so.
And then she turns and goes, stop being so rude to him, Joseph. Just stop it. This isn't becoming of you at all. And at that time that you go to look up again, you actually see his form walk away, and the further it gets away from you, it dissipates until it's out of sight.
It's very strong-willed and very protective. So I don't fault him for this first session not going as planned, but we need to take our time with Joseph.
Sit down, Joseph. Sit down. Stop being so stubborn, as she keeps facing the doorway. Just tell him to sit down. Can he hear me? Can he hear me? Just sit down.
He's already left.
You feel the grip on your hand kind of loosen and a shudder just come over. She puts her head down.
I pat her hand and I sit down next to her. I pull my chair over to her and I just kind of like rub her back. It takes time. Sometimes those that have passed are confused and sometimes a little angry about what they're experiencing. So it will be fine. We can try again.
Okay. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
It's no waste of time.
She reaches into her purse and starts pulling out some tissues.
What do you say we try again in a few weeks, maybe?
Yes, I'll call and I'll make an appointment.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. In the meantime, when you think of Joseph, don't be angry at him for tonight. Please be patient. It's difficult on everybody. And it takes time.
She goes to get up and starts to gather her things. She goes to the other side of the table and picks up the candle that got chucked, and before she puts it down, she just kind of examines it for a couple seconds and then puts a firm grip on it, like she's trying to feel anything he touched, and then hands it over to you.
Thank you. He only had it a brief moment. Do you have something of his that you could bring next time that he treasured and would interact with often?
I could try to find something. A lot of his things are in storage. It's been a few years.
It could be something very mundane, anything that he would. It could be a handkerchief, but a monogrammed handkerchief. It could be, doesn't have to be anything of true value, but something that he treasured. If you could bring that next time, then we could use that as a tether.
Okay. I will try.
I will walk you out.
Thank you. She tucks the small purse under her arm as a little old lady waddle out.
And do I need to call you an Uber?
No, I can call. I'm not completely invalid. As she reaches into her purse and pulls out a smartphone. It has extremely large keys on it, but...
And I turn to my my helper Richard, and I ask him to stand outside with her.
So, while this is going on, Alex.
Yeah.
Are you stopping anywhere or are you heading straight to the cemetery?
I'm going to the cemetery, but I am not going any main routes. I'm not going anywhere near a known normal entrance or exit. My goal is to pull my car along. I'm assuming this cemetery's got like a wall or a fence of some sort.
So, Pine Grove Cemetery, since it is in the original settlement of Lynn, is actually not one of the oldest cemeteries out of the original colonies, but it is the largest. Ever since time has progressed, the town and eventually the state of Massachusetts has attempted to turn part of it into like state property, turn it into a historical site, this, that, and the other thing. So there's amalgamations of different types of fencing that started like cast iron, but over time, land shifts and all, the cast iron at certain points is straight, at others it's kind of jaded. The ground has it kind of pushed up, and then in other spots you can see, at least in the past 20 to 25 years, they have started to put an actual stone and shale wall.
Yeah, I basically want to pull the car somewhere along the fencing where it's like high enough that it covers most of the car, but it's like low enough that I can just like scramble over pretty easily.
Sure. What do you have on you for EDC? Everyday carry.
Yeah, I was trying to think real quick. For this kind of stuff, Alex would have like a fanny pack of some sort that just has like extra flashlight, digital camera, pens, notebooks, like a couple of random just like little first aid things, not for herself, just in case she runs into anybody else, like lighter, smokes. Though for personal protection, she's definitely walking around with like a K-bar and probably, oh god, what was it I looked up? Like standard, maybe like 6-hour pistol of some sort.
The only other thing I'll ask is, are you stopping to top off anywhere? Or are you still at your current hunger?
Oh, that.
Oh,
I thought you
that
meant the car for
plastic
gas.
thing. No!
I was like,
the
no,
price
the
of
car
gas
will be
these
gas,
days?
'cause I'm not stupid.
We can't
car
have
is
that.
gas. I believe my hunger is still set pretty fine from last session.
Okay.
So
Just making sure.
I'm good, other than making sure the car has gas and occasionally buying like a bag of chips and a bottle of water just so it doesn't look weird.
Yeah.
Checking on the car for other people, like
Sounds
no,
reasonable.
Point of order, I think Lou is at 1 hunger, Sarah's at 1 hunger. I am the only one that failed, so I am at 2 hunger.
Everybody always has an opportunity to top off. Just
I don't want to top off any further.
have you changed at all?
No,
Same outfit?
same outfit.
Huh?
Yeah, just standard, normal, like dark hoodie, dark pants, dark combat boots.
A lot
vest.
dark.
Yeah.
A lot dark aesthetic.
Yeah. Well, it makes it easier to hide if I need to.
A little bit. About the time you pull up, you would see. Would you see actually?
I don't know. Would I?
Sasha.
Or do I need to make a roll?
I am bright as fuck, of course.
You are bright as fuck.
opposite.
However, are you attempting to make an entrance, or are you stealthing in?
Make it. This is Sasha we are talking about.
That's why I'm asking.
This is extra AF.
Oh God.
So,
Fuckboy mix extra.
as you pull in behind Fuckboy McExtra, You do see by the main entrance an individual that is definitely familiar to you and most definitely stands out because they are not attempting to be stealth at all.
No, he's probably sitting up on one of the arches.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not going to the main entrance. I'm gonna keep going and park off to the side like I had initially planned. I'm just going past and just see that just. Oh, fuck. Of course. Great. Love that. Love that for me. Yeah, because my plan was to park off to the side, kind of hidden, and hop the fence and just basically half hide and observe the meetup spot we're supposed to be at to see who else shows up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like being a sitting duck. That sucks. It was very stupid.
Sounds very reasonable. To me, anyway.
Yeah. Just considering how highly suspicious all of this is and everything, I'm just like, no. I'm not
When
making myself.
you pulled up to the cemetery, did you have your headlights on or off?
When I drive past, I'll have it on, but I'll definitely like kill the lights, go a little further, park.
Sasha, could you make me a wits and awareness?
Yep. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, hello, editing, Lou.
What happened?
Well, what happened?
This just ooh, roll dice, buddy.
You have a dice tray.
Yeah, but
Can't see.
it's very dark. It is so highly dark. Okay,
It's fine.
so
We're
I
gonna have to get him glow in the darkness.
Next time we'll get the
I'm
braille.
actually thinking like a mini lamp might be good, just a small lamp, the smallest version. I got
It's all good.
3
It's all by
successes.
feel. 3 successes is more than enough to definitely hear and see the subtle headlights of one vehicle rolling up, and then pulling off to the side, attempting to be inconspicuous.
Is that a vehicle I recognize with a dent of my head on it?
Sure.
Okay, all right.
I've removed the dent,
Sure you did.
mostly.
Yeah. Well, as much as Sasha is a fuckboy and is a piece of shit, he's not completely untactical and knows Alex enough to not be like, I'm gonna go blow her cover. He's just gonna keep fucking Axel effing on the top here and just vibing until the rest of everybody else gets here. He has directional speakers, so he's just vibing up there.
It's just perched and chilling.
Perch
Yeah.
and chill.
Good.
I like Netflix and chill.
Mm-hmm.
Just
No.
outside and without streaming capabilities.
HBO go and blow. Disney Plus fun stuff.
Maybe. So, we're going to shoot back over town. Rolando, your customer has exited in an Uber. What is your intention? You have about 20 minutes to the deadline in question in said text.
He rushed downstairs to change. He had already told Richard to call Katie in because I would like her to cover tonight. Because I would like you to take me to the cemetery. And stick around because I'm not sure why I'm being summoned there. It's very cryptic message. So
He agreed. He already made his call. You are currently downstairs. 3 quick questions. 1, what are you changing into?
He changes into he thinks he's really going out, and it's under the cover of dark. So he's gonna change into a pair of black dress slacks, and he puts on a black shirt with a little bit of color on the collar and cuffs. And then he totally blows it by throwing on a very shiny vest on top. And he thinks about, should I invert it? No, it's okay. It'll be fine. And then he goes to hopefully go outside and see if Richard has the car pulled up.
Question 2.
Yeah.
What are you carrying with you? And that includes if you're carrying anything to drink on the way over.
No, he's feeling okay as far as hunger goes, and he minimally prepares because he assumes that this will be fine. It's just a quick meeting, and then there's no real reason to prepare anything in particular, but he'll grab the necessities: a lighter, a smudge stick, and he will grab definitely some business cards because you never know, and his phone. That's it.
Always a business connoisseur.
Well, you travel light,
It's true.
but don't forget your cards.
Question number 3. When you initially met this individual, you said it was at a specific grave site. What grave site is that?
It is the crypt of one William Martek.
Martek?
Martek, Martek. It's the Martek crypt. There's probably a few of them in there.
Richard is outside. Car waiting. As requested.
Wonderful. Vámonos.
You head inside. Are you sitting in the front or sitting in the back?
Oh no, I sit in the front.
You guys are en route. It takes about a little over 15 minutes. When you pull up the main drive to get to Pine Grove, are you going straight in? Are you pulling off to the side? Are you attempting to be incognito? What are you doing?
Is the main entrance open?
It's open 24 hours. It is a public cemetery.
Sometimes they keep us up, the vandals. So
They have-
not everybody respects the dead.
They do have caretakers. They're not really security. Along certain aspects of the more recent walls, every once in a while you find a little graffiti, but they do a fairly good job of keeping everything inside clean and upkept. But it is open 24 hours a day. Upon heading up the main drive to the main entrance, you do see 2 older style colonial homes. One, the front and side yard is covered in headstones, which you assume is an area that they actually sell them. The other one, there is 1 to 2 lights on inside. You would assume that's where the caretakers live. And then about a quarter of a mile up and off to the right, that's the main entrance. Sasha, where specifically are you perched if an individual was approaching the front entrance?
Oh, he's have you seen the second Spider-Man poster?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably just laying across the top of the arch.
Okay.
Just relaxed. Waiting, and it's just there. There was a time in his head where he was thinking about it. He's like, should I tag the cemetery? And he's like, no. That is gosh. No, we're not doing that. That
Eh.
that is in poor taste even for me.
And just for shits and giggles, why don't you give a little self-description of yourself and anything that you're specifically carrying on you?
Yeah, Sasha's got a very flamboyant, very snake-style jacket. It's got the nice little trim interior. It's got hints of purple and orange all over. He's actually got a chest satchel on himself that has most of his equipment. He's got some cans of spray paint, a slingshot, a few bits of fireworks, and just little odds and ends ready to go.
Okay. As you pull up to the main entrance, Rolando, you see an individual with that description laying across an archway. And
Now,
you know who this
no.
is.
yeah, I do know who this is. Have met. He's very unique. Sasha. He'll pull up under because he's over the arc, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like literally like above us. So, Richard, just stop just inside, please.
Inside
Pull up.
the archway?
Yeah, like pull up under it and then stop just as we cross the threshold of it.
Okay.
And
He's
then,
kind of eyeballing above as he drives under because he doesn't know what to expect, if this person is going to jump on top of the car or not.
No.
He very well could. He's pretty agile, this one, and artistic. As we stop underneath, Rolando rolls down the window and just kind of pokes his head out and just shouts, "You're not here causing any trouble, are you?"
No. I have some standards. Did you also get a text message?
Oh, well, yes, I did. And I'm assuming that there are probably others to meet up.
Potentially. I've seen your car and another car, but I am not sure who else is going to be meeting here. I just am aware of you, so I'm making the connections.
He looks at his watch and how much time do we have before that meeting
About
time?
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, only 5 minutes left, so unless they're tardy and rude, they should already be here, huh?
Mm-hmm. Which, speaking of, Mike, if you wouldn't mind, can I roll parkour? I would assume there are like branches in between here and that mausoleum.
Sasha, you can roll whatever you want.
I would
And
like
we'll
to
find
parkour.
out how that
Yeah.
goes.
What happens? Yeah. I just want to know if there's a feasible way that is not using soaring leap to get to that mausoleum.
A mausoleum is a ways in, and you don't exactly have like the Spider-Man esque route to get there if you plan on going completely above ground.
Yeah.
You can sure as hell attempt it, but just give it a heads up.
No. I'm good. I don't want to flagrantly break the masquerade. So
There's a couple of mausoleums, but they're few and far between, obviously, especially for the era in question. It was much more expensive to put someone inside a mausoleum. You do see quite the bountiful amount of older style headstones that just over time either started to sink in or to the side, or a couple that kind of flopped over and caretakers attempted to put up several times with either cinder blocks behind them, or you see areas that have freshly been dug up and attempted to reset again.
yeah, no. If there's no human feasible way that does not involve touching the gravestones,
How's this?
no.
How's
Yeah,
this?
cool.
Why don't you do a wits and awareness to see if anybody else is around, or you can use any abilities you see fit.
Oh no! That's
Oh,
his
no,
exact thing. Yeah, no, he's not. He doesn't care if there is or isn't. He's like, nah, this is not the time, and he will just go. He will look down and go, Rolando, can you do me a favor, sir? Could you move your car a little bit?
Richard, you mind pulling up a little bit?
He nods and he pulls up.
Yeah, and just Sasha will do a standard parkour drop, which is just getting to the edge of the ledge, gripping with his hands, lowering his weight, and then just letting go to just drop naturally.
Okay.
Bending the knees, just toomp. An easy way to get off a large surface without hurting oneself.
In a span of 5 to 10 minutes since you pulled up, Alex, did you stay in the vehicle? Are you outside by the wall? What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, no, I would have hopped the fence, gone into the graveyard, and basically I'm just trying to kind of hide myself, and then gonna use heightened senses to kind of hear out and keep an eye out for just anybody else.
Let's make a couple of rolls. So
Cool.
let's do something stealthy. Let's do stealth and dex for your stealthiness, and then you can do wits and awareness and add your auspex for heightened senses.
All right. So for stealth, I got 3 successes. I do have a beast fail on the hunger die, so if that comes into play, let me know.
You're all good.
Awareness with the auspex is oh shoot, I got a crit success, so 6 successes on that.
Ooh. So yeah,
And that is the
you
clean
hear
crit.
the second vehicle pull up. You hear a good majority of the conversation between the two. You even hear with the window open when Rolando was talking to Richard to pull up. Scanning in front of you, you don't currently see anybody else. However, it is a cemetery, and of course, it's eerily, really quiet.
Like, there's not even crickets.
No.
I hate that. I hate that so much. There should
You're
at least be
a
crickets.
running car
Yeah.
from the area. You just
Running car,
witnessed.
people in the house.
You wouldn't hear the people in the house. That's
Too
still
far.
kind of a ways off. You could see the twilight of that light still coming from the house.
Cool.
Potentially the hum of the EDM.
Yeah, okay, cool. If that is the case, I am just gonna do my best to keep myself hidden and just see what happens with my friends.
Sure. For Sasha and for Rolando, after the car pulls up, Richard goes to get out and he puts a set of eyes on Sasha. Hello.
Hello.
And he returned to Rolando. Do you need me to stick around, or do you want me to swing around and come back? I don't really feel comfortable around here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. I would like you to stick around, and you have nothing to fear here.
That's easier said than done in a cemetery.
You know what I'm all about.
I do, but normally I'm in the office. You mind if I stay in the car?
Suit yourself. Keep the windows down, please.
Okay. He gets back into the vehicle.
said that you saw another car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was one that pulled up earlier, and they did not pull into here, but they pulled off to the side.
And it's like looking around. Any indication, or Sasha, where did it?
Oh, he points off to the side. As least as I could see, it pulled off to the bend, so I didn't keep an eye on it. I'm just being me.
Well, if one of us is already here, they should present themselves. He says out loud.
I mean, we are just at the entrance. I believe we need to get to the mausoleum.
So we go for a walk.
You go for a walk. I go for a skate. And just heelies forward.
Was the mausoleum actually put into the text?
I thought it was, but I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah.
It just said
Oh, it was
the
not?
cemetery. Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
well then. And then retcon that. He's just like,
Rolando
And
knows
we-
about that spot.
yeah, retcon, and then he's just like, they just said meet at the cemetery. I am here. I am present.
Well, we need to go to the Martech crypt.
Do you have some more information than was not provided to me?
Well, yes.
Okay. Well,
The,
alrighty then.
the Martech crypt, mausoleum crypt, whatever. So probably down. Maybe not so much this way, but if we go past the next row, then maybe one row past that, a little further. And you're gonna heel your way along.
Yup. Yes.
It's a-
Yes.
It's a terrible thing that all these rows are cobblestone, since it is a cemetery. This will be entertaining to watch you attempt this.
And Alex, you would definitely witness between the conversationalist that Rolando is and the not so subtle individual that Sasha is, they're not doing themselves any favors as far as staying stealthy in the very least. You hear that entire conversation clear as day, and they are indeed headed to said specific location.
Neat. I'm gonna keep hidden and just kind of be parallel to what them, because I need to keep an eye on them apparently.
Sure.
I am a jackass Trojan horse.
A couple of minutes go by. Loud cobblestone rolling and stepping later. You do indeed come upon the Martech mausoleum, which is quite large. It is one of the only mausoleums you actually see here, though, that isn't chained up. A good majority of them are caged in. This one doesn't have any chains or any locks on it. There is a gate that is folded open. It seems the environment has started to overcome it. And it's at a point that even if you wanted to shut the gates, the overgrowth is too heavy at the base. Now standing at least 15 to 20 feet before the front of it, off the cobblestone path, you have Rolando and Sasha. Alex, I'd like you to make me another stealth check and tell me where you are in reference to the mausoleum and these two.
All right. All right, so I got 4 successes on that. Alex is trying to prop herself like a row or so. Oh, just basically wants to be like just out of eyesight for anybody that's directly at the mausoleum, and they're trying to position themselves to be basically I'm gonna say like
Are you facing it?
20 feet
Are you off to one of the sides?
off to the
or
side,
are you
basically just being
behind
like,
it?
yeah, 20, like wherever the front of the mausoleum is, she's trying to be 20 feet away from it, off to the side, just kind of out of eyesight, so that she's like, okay, I can keep an eye on anybody coming from the front, I can keep an eye on what's happening at the mausoleum.
Okay. En route to said mausoleum, I'm going to allow these 2 fine individuals to make wits and awareness checks, or if they're deciding to use something else, to keep an eye out or an ear out.
That's what I'd roll with.
Yep, same.
I've got 6 now.
Let's see if you find me.
4 successes. None on the blood.
Uh-oh, did he freeze?
Either that or he's really still. Sasha, just to give you a heads up, you do have Eyes of the Beast.
I do. Does that require a rouse check to
It
activate?
does not require a rouse check. That is a level 1.
Oh yeah, then no, I definitely will be activating that tonight.
And Rolando, you do have Oblivion Sight. So just give you a heads up.
I do.
Two.
If I rolled a 10 on one of them, that is.
If you are
success.
activating it, you could just add your Oblivion rating to the roll. So that would be an extra die.
Right.
Would I also get an extra die for the Eye of the Beast?
You have 2 dots in Protean, so you can add 2.
Ooh.
Rolando has 2 dots in Oblivion, so he can add 2.
Oblivion. Right.
5.
That puts me at 5 successes then.
You 2 do indeed see someone at this point attempting to hide. Not sticking out like a sore thumb, but if you really focus on a silhouette, there's definitely someone over there.
You know, this is like one of my most favorite environments. So if you were able to hide here without me seeing you, I would applaud your efforts.
Fuck.
Oh, I thought we were going to be ignoring wifey over there. I thought we were going to be letting her do her thing.
Well,
Yeah, no, it's fine, guys. It's fine. Yeah, Alex just says fuck it. Walks towards you guys from behind. It's like a head start.
Wait, she says fuck it? She's into it. Yes!
Oh, yeah, no. Like, when Rolando called her out, just fuck. All right, fine. Ugh.
Oh, if you insist, but not in the graveyard. I feel that's gosh.
Excuse you, what?
You said fuck. Yes, will do.
Oh my god. Anywho, so I'm assuming you both got the creepy, annoying texts as well.
oh yes, the
Totally
cryptic
not
text
Sue? Yes.
from Sue. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally not Sue. Sue uses an extreme amount more emojis than was used in that text message.
Great.
Okay, so it wasn't only me. That
No.
Oh no, I caught that immediately.
right? Okay.
Cool, great. I love this for us. It's great.
Well, it's definitely meeting time. Anybody see him?
Also, with 5 successes from both of you, if you turn to look at the entrance to the actual mausoleum, you would see an illumination coming from inside. It doesn't seem like fire. It seems artificial.
Yeah, fuck that. He just reaches in fucking to the chest pouch and pulls out a spray paint can just in case.
What do I do with that?
There are many things that I can do with this.
Great, cool. I love the idea of being in a confined space and dealing with a potential problem. I absolutely love that for us. It's good time.
Are you going to use it like a flamethrower? You're going to light it up? What are you going to do with it?
I have a record, Rolando, for a reason.
Sasha, do you just want to take point on this? You seem very excitable.
No, that is a terrible idea.
Okay, so
I'll go. Go check.
you are normally the best at hiding.
You are.
You don't need to try and save my ego. It's fine. I'm already having a not great night. Let's just go.
I just want her to be in front.
Ladies,
Oh my god.
I would want you to be in front as well, but for a different reason. Just
Alex is just gonna pull out her gun. Just play it. She's like, I'm done. Just...
You pull out the gun. What kind of pistol is it?
Now.
I believe, it was 6 Sauer 8, I believe is what it was. You know, just gonna, just chamber around and just be like, all right, I'm gonna go check the door. Fine.
I consent.
Could you shut up?
He-
No, Rolando, you're perfect. Sasha, shut the fuck up.
I did not pack a ball gag. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go check the door.
You go check that door.
Check the-
How are you checking it?
Definitely going to be posting up against the door frame and then like leaning in to make sure that it's clear and I'm not gonna immediately get, attacked or shot or whatever the fuck's going on.
So your Auspex is still active for your heightened senses. Would you like to make a roll?
I would love to make a roll.
Sure.
We're gonna do
I
wits
want
and
that.
awareness. Yeah.
I will state for the record,
add your
Sasha
rating.
is a fuck. I will state for the record, Sasha is a fuck boy, but he has also turned off his directional speakers at this moment.
Okay.
He's not unfamiliar with what Alex does.
I got 6 successes again.
6 successes inside the old, cracked, decrepit cement mausoleum where all you hear from inside is a light hum of some type of electronic device.
That's not ominous at all.
Possibly a
Gonna-
fan.
Is it a laptop?
Are you stepping in?
I will look in to make sure the room is clear.
You peer in, and
Mhm.
indeed there is a casket, an old casket, and a laptop on top, screen up, illuminated with the humming sound of a fan, and a
Yeah,
battery
just
pack laying on the side of the ground.
I'm just gonna be ready, and I'm just gonna step into the room.
It's small enough
So-
if you popped in your head and took a quick look around. It's not really meant for tons of visitors, like maybe 4 to 6 tops. There's nobody in there.
That's not necessarily true.
From
far as
the
I can tell,
current
there's nobody.
illumination that you can perceive and with heightened senses on, the storyteller is not fucking with you this time.
No, it's fine. No,
There is
just,
nobody in this room currently.
I as a
Except
player
for you.
trust you. Alex is a paranoid, doesn't trust a goddamn
it's fine.
thing.
Hey, we don't know. 5 of those shadows could be vampires. They
Yeah.
could do something.
Yeah, no, she's assuming, she's like,
Wrong
either
game.
somebody's obfuscated in here or there's somebody in the goddamn coffin. I don't trust any of this. It's shady as fuck. So I'm going to go in.
Going in.
Going
Yeah,
in.
I'll
pointing
go in
gun
with-
at casket and walking in and just ready for
So
anything
The
goes sideways.
moment,
So
the
you're saying
moment
it's-
Sasha, I was about to say, the moment Sasha sees that laptop and he goes, I swear to Christ, if that thing says I want to play a game, I am going to shoot it.
I'll probably beat you to it. All right, let's just.
Okay, so you're saying it's clear for us to go in. And there's nobody in there that you can see.
No one I can see yet.
Okay. I will stay out here and see how it goes.
Thanks, Rolando.
I will guard the rear, as it were.
Uh-huh. All right, I will walk up
Let's
to the
flip a
laptop.
coin to see who I describe first, since you're splitting the party.
Oh, I mean, I'm at the entrance.
Heads or tails? Rolando.
Okay. All right.
Rolando, heads or tails?
Let me see. Heads. Cards told me heads.
Rolando, you see Sasha and Alex enter, and even though you're just in the doorway, you do have Oblivion's sight up.
Yeah.
And you are currently in a cemetery.
Yep.
And you are not alone. You are not alone. You do see off in the distance, there are individuals either standing over sites and having conversations. Individuals such as a younger woman in a very pristine late 1900s floral dress, pushing a vintage baby carriage down the cobblestone, which at that point the entire path is hummingly illuminated to you, as in it was smooth as in the first time it was constructed, as opposed to now where there's chunks missing out of it, overgrowth over here. Seamless in her push, and she seems to go right past you without even looking at you, as in it was a Sunday summer day stroll. Back in colonial times, when you visited a cemetery, it was actually a very happy place. It was meant as a place of community and coming together and honoring old souls, and not too far off from similar celebrations of a Day of the Dead. People would get together with food and drink and would talk about old stories, and it was a much more pleasant time period to be able to celebrate someone's passing. There are, however, a couple of individuals that are looking directly at you. Some of them are keeping their distance. Some are staying behind headstones. One, if you look up, is actually hanging out of a tree, literally hanging by a noose. Also, hummingly illuminated, and is actively reaching for you about maybe 5 feet away. However, they really can't get to you because they're still hanging. You can still hear a muffled guards, as if they're permanently stuck in that state of trying to catch their breath before the circulation cuts off and the neck snapped. You are not a sight for sore eyes in this fine cemetery. Let's just put it that way.
He, especially the one hanging, he's just like, we're past it. If I could help, would, but we'll just, how's it going in there?
So this entire time, Alex, since you had heightened senses up, you do actually hear him say all of this.
Cool. Her focus is on the laptop as she's like approaching it cautiously and just kind of shouts over her shoulders like, Rolando, what the fuck?
Well, let's just say what you would expect to find in a cemetery is here. Some of them are not so happy. Some of them are probably belligerent and would kill the living or the undead just as easily. Hatred to all. No prejudices.
Cool.
So, yeah, maybe we want to get what we need. Maybe grab the laptop. Can we leave now, maybe?
Sure.
Rolando, because of your history and because of your occupation, I would like you to make me either an intelligence or a wits and occult roll. Depending on which you choose, there's going to be different information presented to you, so please choose wisely.
I'm gonna go with wits
Okay.
and occult. Do I get to add my oblivion side too?
No, this is a straight knowledge check.
Oh.
And he disappeared. No.
Sorry.
He lost the dice.
He's gone beyond the veil.
I'm doing really well tonight. Another
It's that
5.
kind of game.
Another 5 with a 10 on one of them. On the blood die, actually.
So how many successes in total?
5 successes and a success on the blood as well. At a
Okay.
10.
Okay. But only 110.
Only
Yep.
the one on
Okay.
the blood, yeah.
5 successes. You know in the back of your mind, specifically from your bloodline as it is, it's not uncommon for spirits to attempt to jump into kindred and attempt to take control of them. It has happened from time to time. Not willingly, against kindred's wills.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we would want to grab that laptop and leave.
Great. Yeah. Alex will just do a quick, like, just very gently, just like bap the laptop just to make sure it's not going to do anything crazy, and then close it and grab it.
And don't forget the battery.
Sure.
You're not going to do any examination of what's on the screen before you shut it? Up to you.
I will look at it really quickly, but I'm not taking a lot of time to do an in-depth look.
There is.
I'll do it in depth look while she's trying.
Let's do a little counter roll against each other then, to see how
Yeah.
quick
Cool.
she does it
Love
before
this.
you can catch info. Let's go
Yeah.
for Alex. Athletics and dexterity.
All right.
Let's go for Sasha. Wits and tech. Or I'll even allow you wits and investigation.
Got 3
Whichever you want.
successes.
Okay.
Hello, editing Lou again.
Add you into the scene. You disappear right now.
Put a
Yeah,
smiley
no.
face.
Again, the amount
Or
of
please stand by.
please stand by. James probably should have chosen 2 different types of die that on the stream. For a personal
Oh.
game, this works well, but for this, not so much.
It's just a table
I
game
got-
between us and a huge audience, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully, both of those dies look the same except for the criticals. So I got 1 success.
Okay.
Yeah.
With 1 success, you don't catch too much info. You do see a very familiar prompt before she shuts the screen. The prompt is what you normally enter into if you were going to access information from ShrekNet.
Oh no.
And with that, Alex shuts it, picks up said battery.
Grabs it. Yeah. Yeah, no, Rolando said it was time to go, so just grabs the laptop, holsters the pistol, and is just like, all right, let's go.
So,
They have still not answered the question. Are there any hot ghosts out there?
Sasha and Alex head outside. You don't see anything beyond Rolando. It's still pretty quiet, kind of eerie, but it is a cemetery at night. It's kind of expected. The only thing that would come off to Alex is the faint hum of a car engine at the main entrance, which would be the car that Rolando entered with. Beyond that, you really don't hear anything. Rolando, on the other hand, you don't have many happy customers. You're now slowly being surrounded by about 4 or 5 individuals. They don't seem overly aggressive, but they are quite inquisitive, except for the individual hanging from the tree, actively reaching still.
Right. Now, just a player learning question. Do the kindred need to be able to see and be seen in order to have a spirit try to take them over? So, like, am I the only one that's at risk here, or is everybody at risk?
Oh no, everybody's at risk.
Okay.
Everybody's at risk. The Hecata do have a ritual to willingly do it.
Yeah.
And there's
Right,
a
right.
much later power.
I
But
believe you're the only one that can see it.
Yep.
yes, you are the only one that can currently see it and hear it.
So follow me. Specifically, where I go is where you're gonna go. And just if I tell you to duck.
Cool. I love this game. This is a good time.
Yes. We will get out of here without being possessed, as it were.
Okay, as you are a married man, I was not going to hit on you, but you're starting to propose a roleplay scene, and I haven't even consented yet. But okay, let's go ahead with this.
Yes.
Sasha, I swear to God.
The treasure will
You-
be keeping your identity and not becoming a host. How about that?
Cool. I love that we're playing Ghostbusters. Like, this is such a good time.
Yes. If only we had one of those guns that they had, or a trap that could trap them. That would also be very useful in a time such as this. As he just kind of like skirts to the side real quick because one of them started moving a little closer.
Yeah.
They are becoming much more inquisitive and much more brave. There is one specifically that makes a beeline specifically for Rolando, has a faded, torn, 3/4 pea coat, looks something kind of turn of the century, with slacks and half of his head caved in, and where he would have a comb over, the multiple strands he has left just collapse halfway through into the open chasm that is in his skull. Eyes sunken into his head, and at this point he's probably a foot or two literally away from your face, Rolando, and he's just looking over your outfit.
He really just kind of doubles up the speed there, and he's like, now he's really just kind of
Oh no, he's completely meeting you.
Oh,
You-
oh yeah.
Go left, he's going left. You go right, he goes right. And it seems
Okay.
he's just as fast as you.
Oh, okay. So, run. And he just takes off.
He just
Starts
takes
heading
off.
towards-
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You two see
Oh, yeah.
Rolando scream, run, takes off.
So, ST, small logistics question. Is it more distance to go to the front gate, or would it be more distance to go to the wall where my car is?
For you, for where you parked, is probably a shorter distance than for these two to get back to his car.
So it'd be easier for me to just go my way?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the second Rolando says run, Alex just darts off into the darkness.
Is everybody
with
running?
the laptop.
Yeah, no. The moment he said that, I clicked on the directional speakers to play the EDM again, and then I'm just like, oh, you said do what I do best.
So
Boom.
everybody, make me a Dex and Athletics. Sasha,
Mhm.
you can add your specialty, which my house rules is an extra 3 dice.
Yup. Yeah, which is so much.
That it is. That's why it's special.
Oh,
No, I
nice.
know. There's a reason why I didn't immediately also hit soaring leap, because I'm like, I might not need that.
Tell me what you all get. Ah.
I got 1 success, but I'm gonna burn a willpower to reroll 3 of the
That's
black
why they
die.
have it.
Screw that. Just like, nope. Oh, thank goodness. Praise.
Bless.
All right, much better.
How many?
That will be 3 total.
A tree. Rolando?
I got 1 crit success and 1 regular success.
Ooh.
2 out of 3.
Sasha? If you have enough dice.
Oh. I do. We have 1. We've
1?
encountered a small, lovely problem.
What's your
which
small
is-
lovely problem, Sasha?
I have 7 successes.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bestial crit.
Ooh.
Messy crit.
Yeah, it is a messy crit.
Well, that's not a problem
It is.
for me. That's a problem for you.
Yeah, no.
That's what that
I'm
sounds
aware.
like.
I'm just glad he doesn't have the laptop.
Hmm. That is something else I need to ask, Alex. Is it tucked under your arm? Do you have it in a backpack? How are you carrying it?
It's tucked under her arm. Yeah, she didn't. She's more kitted out for like tactically moving about, so she did bring like a backpack because I wasn't expecting to bring a fucking laptop.
Rolando, as you scream, run, and take off, do you attempt to look behind you? Or are you just hooking it out of there?
He yelled run to them.
Yep.
Like he was just like, yeah, okay, run. And then he just like took off. So the last thing he said was the last opportunity he had of seeing them.
Okay. So, the scene is this. Rolando takes off down the path. And if he were to look behind him, since he would be the only one that would see this, he would see about between 3 to 9 random spirits, either en route down said path, or as he's running past, they're coming out from behind headstones, from under the ground, from behind trees, and they are pursuing like a mofo. At least a handful, when they see Alex take off in a different direction, stop and immediately chase after them. Sasha, they're not really having an easy time getting to you, but that's not your problem. Your problem is, as you're escaping, you are clearly damaging the landscape. So every headstone you attempt to jump onto in order to get to higher ground, and every mausoleum or monument statue, something snaps off, something crumbles off, something breaks off. You make a clear path out, and it is quite noisy. And at this point, when you get towards the entrance, you see several lights pop on inside the house. Let's roll a die to see who I attend to first. We'll do Alex 1 through 3, Rolando 4 through 6, Sasha 7 through 9, and I'll pick 10. And I got a 2. Alex,
Yo!
you get over the wall. It isn't hard. And you get to your car. What do you do?
Yeah, just immediately throwing the car door open, chucking the laptop into the passenger seat, getting in my car, and I'm just taking off.
As you get in and chuck it, and you get into the seat and you go to put your key into the ignition, you do see lights at the second house start to turn on, and you hear off in the distance smashing concrete, possibly a statue falling, tree branches snapping. There's clearly something going on the other side of the wall. You turn the key, everything starts up. Headlights on or off?
Headlights off for a few, 100 yards,
Yep.
and then on, just so I can actually see where I'm going.
And as you head out, I need you to make me a driving check.
Ooh,
Ooh, how you like those apples?
I do like that. Okay, so I got a crit success, so 5.
Crit success of 5. You have hands 10 and 2. However, as you're driving, even though you can maintain control, it clearly feels like there's something from the right side pulling at the wheel.
What?
Yeah. You definitely feel a tug. You can hang on to it steady. You can stay steady. Something is tugging at that wheel.
Must go faster.
You do go faster.
Yeah, just as soon as that happens, she's just like, nope, and just presses on the gas harder. Whatever's happening, I don't like it.
Dust kicking up from behind the vehicle. What kind of vehicle do you have again?
I have a Subaru.
Subaru what?
It's Subaru. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nah, so wool.
No, don't start this. Don't start. No.
The dirt flies up from your rear tires, and there is a huge dust cloud as you take off. Sasha, you are making a ruckus. Let's just call it a ruckus. And at the main entrance, you do clearly get there before Rolando, and you have Richard. And seeing you approach, he seems kind of nervous, and he's looking towards Rolando, and he's looking towards you, and he seems really nervous, and he turns on the headlights that are now facing Rolando as he's attempting to put the car into gear as soon as he gets to the car. What are you doing?
Oh, I'll just jump in the passenger side.
Into the car?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not asking.
You
I'm
get
just doing.
into the car. Is like, what the hell are you doing in here?
Let's go faster. Wait for Give me a second. Sorry about that. There's a problem. We need to go. I am now in here. I am going to lay down. We need to leave.
Why is he running?
There are problems. Turn car around. Get ready to go.
He follows your advice because he's really fucking scared right now. So he goes to attempt to do a K-turn. Rolando, you are about 50 yards away from the vehicle when you see the headlights blast in your general direction, and it starts to do a K-turn. I need you to make me another dexterity roll. Dexterity and athletics.
And an athletics. Okay.
Yeah.
I have no points in, so just Dexterity.
You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do.
No.
Uh,
2 successes.
with 3 successes, you feel 2 sets of hands.
Two
Yeah.
successes. Yeah. Okay.
You feel 2 sets of hands. One
Oh, God.
pulling at your shoulder, the other at the back of your shirt, at the bottom of it, starting to lurch you backwards. You do pull away from it, but you definitely felt those cold ass, dead, lifeless fingers attempt to touch at you.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. He just once he feels that he's broken free, he really just starts to dig, like
No.
it just really makes a beeline, and he's starting to see like, okay, the car's turning around. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna just jump through the window. I think I have to jump through the window. I just
Windows are open. I'm gonna call out a hell of a call shot. I need you to make me a.
For the record, Sasha did just lay down in the back seat.
He did.
He's trying not to be
He did.
seen.
Okay.
Dexterity and athletics difficulty 4 because you are not an Olympic athlete,
I
and it
only
is
have
a
dexterity.
moving vehicle.
I only have dexterity.
You
so-
can rouse the blood and
Yeah.
do a blood surge.
which
So
will give me
if you
an
want,
additional-
you can roll a single die.
Yep.
Tell me if you succeed or fail. Either way, it's going to boost up an attribute, but it could raise your hunger.
4 successes, right?
Do it, buddy. You can do it. You got this.
I got 3 successes.
So,
Do you want a willpower?
hang on. Did you rouse?
I did. I added the 1 die. I had to.
Oh no. Did it succeed or fail?
It failed.
Okay, so hunger goes up. You add 2 dice the dex from your current rating. So, did you roll 5
No, I rolled 4.
One more.
or
Yeah,
one more?
roll 1 hunger dice.
You can
Yeah,
do it, buddy.
to add to
You
that.
can do it.
Hey, it's a 10.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Now, and it was only the one.
Feet first or head first?
No, like dove in.
You dive in.
Feet first. Feet first.
Hey.
What the hell?
You dive in to the back window on top of Sasha. It is not a comfortable dive. It is not a comfortable landing, but it is successful. Sasha,
Didn't look pretty, but it worked.
you feel an enormous weight to land on top of you. Not in a good way.
What are you
Not
saying?
a.
Yeah,
Hey,
not the fun
Rolando's
time.
a slight guy.
Yeah, just Rolando. I thought you were a married man. I'm into this, but I was pretty sure you were very mono, extremely.
Don't flatter yourself. Really, really, don't. Just don't.
You have sir. You have flattered me. You are on top of me.
Richard hears you two talking, and as you continue, he peels out. As he
I only
peels
wish that
out,
I only wish that I had flattened you a little more, if anything.
as he peels out, you do see off to the right 2 individuals head out of the front entrance of the second house that is now illuminated. One of them has a shotgun. The other one has
Oh.
a cell phone in hand. About 100 to 150 yards past the house, you two from the back seat start to feel a vehicle sway.
Richard, what are you doing? Just get a hold of yourself.
Um,
And a better handle on
Richard.
the wheel.
Richard does not answer, and the vehicle continues to sway.
Richard?
You look in the rear
Starts shaking.
view mirror, and as you shake his shoulder, you see his eyes. He doesn't have any pupils in his eyes. They're completely blackened over. With an empty stare. Holding white-knuckled onto the wheel as it continues to sway. Sasha,
Yep.
you start to feel a pull from the seat that you're sitting on, as in hands. You don't see shit, but you feel hands.
Mhm.
Again, not in a good way.
Hey. Not interested.
Rolando, are you continuing to look at a mirror or over Sasha?
No, he's. We're gonna crash, so he
Yep.
he basically reaches over and tries to grab the steering wheel, like, or at least one hand it, and just like keep him steady.
Make me a strength and athletics, or actually no, I'll let you choose a strength and athletics to keep the wheel straight, or a strength and drive to attempt to take control.
I have a strength, no athletics, no drive.
Oh no. If
So-
you give me 1 second, I kind of gesticulated and threw my dice everywhere. Just 1 second, because when he fell on me, that happened. So give me just
Yes,
1
that's
second.
exactly
So
what
hello.
happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why you saw that. But, So hello, editing Lou. Give me like 1 bit. This
But
is my
yes,
favorite.
You know
can
what?
choose-
Honestly, I think Alex made the right choice.
Yeah,
I mean, like, fuck
mother-
this. No.
Motherfucker, you are lucky. I would have said that that Sasha would have grabbed onto your bumper, given the chance. He would have.
Oh, the innuendo in this situation.
I
He
feel
was
like
getting
at
into
some
a-
point in this campaign, Alex might shoot Sasha just out of principle.
That's for shits and gigs.
Like, I'm not mad at him, but like,
But
I
sometimes you
need to
gotta
make
teach him a
sure
lesson.
other kindred in the chronicle know not to do what the fuck he does.
Orlando,
And
Are you
I'm
choosing
gonna have Sasha
strength?
just moan.
or drive?
I'll do the strength.
So, strength and athletics to attempt to keep the wheel straight.
All right. Well, I only have the single strength, no athletics. So
And I guess you're rolling one.
rolling the 1, and I rolled an 8. So at least a success.
That's not the sound of a
Single-
single die. You do feel a tug on the wheel, but with your one strength, you do manage to keep it straight.
Okay.
Because they didn't roll any
Uh,
successes.
Good.
Rolando, do you need some success up there, or am I bailing out of this vehicle?
I would rather not leave Richard. So maybe climb up front and help me with the wheel.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because as much as
You could try.
Sasha's a Oh yeah, no,
You're
he's
currently
gonna.
being attempted to be grappled.
Now Rolando doesn't know that. He just thinks like, just get
Rolando
up
does not
here.
know that. You feel several hands come, it's seemingly from through the seat. One across your lap, one attempting to grab on
Oh.
your shoulder, one coming from behind your head. Oh, yes. So,
Whichever seems at this point in time, I'm sorry, Rolando, out of character. Whichever seems easiest, either out the window or up to the front seat. I am getting the fuck away from whatever this feeling is. I did not consent. I have not seen the sexy ghosts.
bad
I am not
touchy.
allowing them to touch
bad
me.
touchy.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
Which do I feel is the easiest to get the fuck away from this? Is it either out the window or in the front seat?
You got to take your chances.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, then
help
I'm just gonna-
Rolando?
Yes, I'm going to. If it is an equal, if it is an equal chance, he's gonna just try to get to the front seat to help.
So, you can do strength and athletics to attempt to get away if you're going to go into the front seat. You could do strength or dex to attempt to get out of the window, since all of the windows are open and you are right next to a window.
Do I get to use my parkour?
In this instance, I think it's a little tight spot.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure, because I'm like,
Yeah.
that is a bit, but I wanted to make sure.
If you can give me a plausible reason in that small space how you are going to use parkour, by all means.
that's 100% easy. To get over to the front seat, you just plant your arms on the seat before, flex your you flex your shoulders, and at the same time thrust your back and move your legs, and then just whoop over.
You make it sound so
That's
easy. You know what?
So it's like
For shits
jumping
and
a
gigs,
turnstile?
Yeah, effectively.
I will let you use it.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure. I don't ever want to assume you're the big man who is calling the shots.
He just called me a big man, and I'm in charge of his fate.
Hey, big
He's
is
got
not
some-
an insult. Don't
He's got some
inherently
balls,
make
Lou.
that.
He's got some balls. All right,
I mean,
roll it up.
Okay, alrighty then. I got 4 successes. Thankfully, no bestial this time.
And the random spiritual hands only got 3. So, you do feel the cold touch of death momentarily before you easily sail over the front seat. And as you sail over the front seat and turn towards the driver, you do see the empty, pupilless stare in his eyes as he's focused on the road, hands white-knuckled upon the wheel, as Rolando is the only thing that is keeping this thing straight in its path. What do you do?
Lou, quick question for you. How modern is this car?
Yeah, it's a modern sedan. It's probably
It's not a Subaru.
it's not a Subaru. It's actually a Honda. It's a Honda Civic, but it's a new model. So
Are we on a straightaway right now?
You're currently on a straightaway.
Just grab the e-brake.
yep. Thank you. That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, just...
You
That's what I
slam
was
the
gonna
e-brake, and
Yeah. And hope that the ghosts don't follow the same physics that we will.
so before you grab the e-brake, I'm going to allow you, since you are a supernatural creature, to have a couple of more seconds for reaction time instead of a human. When you pull this, are you holding anything else? Are you attempting to brace yourself?
Actually, I am going to try and brace Lou's the human that's in here.
Richard, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to brace Richard
So,
because I might get screwed up, but this thing is fleshy.
Okay.
And might break.
fleshy.
I would rather shield the fleshy than myself because I can heal. That one's gonna be in the hospital for a while if something goes really bad.
You put yourself in front of Richard and the wheel before you pull on it. It is an abrupt stop.
You can be a fuckboy, and
You
you don't have
feel-
to be a piece of shit.
The steering wheel go into your rib cage, and a lot of cracking, a lot of crunch as the vehicle comes to an abrupt stop. Rolando, you had your hand on top of the wheel, so at that abrupt stop, you feel a shock and a pulse go up that same arm. You feel a crunch somewhere up in your forearm to elbow area.
Okay.
Sasha is going to take 6 superficial. Rolando is going to take 2. And Richard has been protected.
Hey.
So you feel kind of pancaked between the steering wheel and a body weight of Richard pushing on your other side, hence a wheel is now digging into your ribs.
Now, and what happens to the spirits?
Where are you looking?
I will state for the record, I will rouse the blood to heal before that loops over to an ag injury.
Rolando would have had his hand on the wheel and the hand on the headrest, and I don't know if I know exactly what was going on back there. Actually, I don't know why Sasha bailed. I thought he just jumped up because he was helping. So
It was
but
quite abrupt.
right. But so I don't know what he was dealing with behind me, which is right behind me. But to me, it's all about like they took Richard. So it's like, all right, well let's get out of here,
So currently,
or move him aside and I'll drive.
Richard is hunched over Sasha. You can't see his eyes. His eyes are shut. He seems intact. You don't see anything bloody on him. If you attempt to pull the two of them apart, you would hear something that resembles a cracking that sounds inhuman around the steering wheel area.
Meaning, what if he tries to extract them from the steering wheel?
Well, you can extract them, but you definitely hear a crunch. He's not stuck to it.
Right, but I mean, he was white knuckled on the steering.
Oh no, Richard's okay. I'm talking about if you pull those two apart. You can hear it from the steering wheel area that Sasha's up against.
Oh, gotcha. Sasha, how you doing, buddy?
I am in an immense amount of pain.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, then just shift over to the seat. So start shift passenger side. Come on, take the shotgun. And Rolando's just gonna exit the vehicle, passenger side door. And he's gonna quick run around the front of the vehicle, past the headlights, and open the door, and he's just shoving Richard, like, basically towards Sasha so he could take over and drive.
You exit the passenger side door, and as you come around, before you get the driver's side, you look behind the vehicle about 25 to 30 yards off, and you do see a couple of ethereal individuals standing there, seemingly as if they're lunging forward, but they're not approaching.
Okay. 3?
Yeah.
About 3, maybe, hopefully.
Their upper torsos are actually lunging forward. Their feet are staying planted. It seems along the same line. Like they can't actually physically.
Oh, they're stuck. Well, that's wonderful. That is a good turn of events. So we shall. And the vehicle's still running, right? So there's no reason to turn it on.
Vehicle's still running. The e-brake is on.
Brake is on. Okay, he puts his. Okay, which one is it's the long pedal, right? It's the squat one is the brake, and then the long one is the accelerator. So, and he goes to grab the wheel, and he's like, fuck.
You do feel a sharp pulse go up that same hand that you had on top of the wheel. You go to look at your forearm. There's clearly a bulge that's coming out of your forearm. Nothing is protruded the skin, but there's definitely something injured in there.
Okay. He reaches, like, awkwardly across himself to undo the e-brake, because now this hand's fucked. So, and he one hands it to drive away, and this one's just kind of like he's just really being
Spin your wrist, and
favoring
you can
it.
feel a crack and a crunch, a crack and a crunch, a crack and a crunch.
Okay.
It's not
All
a good
right, it's all
feeling.
right. We'll get ourselves fixed up tomorrow. And heads back towards the curiosity shop.
Across town, Alex,
Hey.
you have managed to get back into town without any handsiness left over. Where are you headed to? With
I'm
laptop
go-
in hand.
Just really briefly for my refresh, does Alex know where Rolando shop is?
Yes.
Okay.
You've been there before.
Yeah. To make things not look super suspicious, she's gonna drive around a little, for 10-15 minutes before eventually circling back to Rolando shop to touch base with everybody.
So, inside your vehicle, since this is part of your job, you do also have a CB radio in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you do hear several broadcasts along certain police scanner signals. And you do hear 2 separate patrols be sent out to Pine Grove.
Great. Do they express any vehicle descriptions, or are they just
Nope.
just
Just a
there was
call
disturbance
for
at the cemetery?
possible public disturbance or trespassing sent in to investigate.
All right. Okay, well, hearing that is some good news. Yeah, I'm gonna maintain my just gonna nonchalantly drive around for 10-15 minutes and then kind of cycle my way towards Rolando shop.
We'll give it about a good 20 minutes to half hour, unless Rolando is taking his sweet time and being incognito, or if he's going straight to his shop. How are you
he's
driving back?
Yeah, it's like just making a beeline. He's not into the subterfuge or anything like that. He doesn't know. He's not thinking that he needs to hide from anybody at this point.
Alex and Sasha, roll me 1 d10 each.
Okay. 3.
4.
Alex, it's been 3 weeks since you've passed by the shop. Sasha, it's been about a month.
Huh.
Neat.
Alex would pull up first. Give it about 10 or 15 minutes, followed by Rolando.
Thank God. All right. Nothing with his car looks fucked up.
It's covered in a bunch of dust. You do see that Richard isn't setting up. And I don't know Sasha's current condition. Are you sitting up? Are you laying down?
I am probably leaning back because, again, you said broken ribs, and I can't recall how much rousing the blood heals superficial wounds.
So for rousing for superficial, you can definitely do it immediately, or you can do it before the end of the night, or you can do it at the start of the next rise.
Oh no, I would have immediately done that.
Okay.
So I will roll my rouse real quick, and that is a success.
You may
Because
heal.
if I didn't,
Go ahead.
I was about to say, because if I didn't do it immediately, it would have rolled over into an aggravated.
You may heal 2 superficial.
Yep, I am fine with that.
Cool. Yeah, with the car rolling up and Richard not looking so hot, Alex will pop out of the car and leave the laptop in their Subaru and just kind of walk up to the other car and just be like, what the fuck?
You do see peering in, there is significant damage to part of the steering wheel. But besides that, everybody else seems visually okay thus far, besides Sasha laying back. Rolando,
The fuck is I have a boo-boo
favoring his
and I
arm.
need JC.
The fuck happened to you guys?
Well, the spirits were looking for hosts. And in fact, Richard is... I think he's...
Do you need me to help carry Richard inside?
Yes, I'm not going to be able to help much. And
I-
you see like the bone, like
I can't leave
Stop
you guys
protruding.
alone. 15
But-
minutes, I swear to God.
Are you offering to carry me inside as well? I would like this strong woman to pick me up. Hold me tight against her bosom.
I'm just gonna ignore him and go pick up Richard.
Wait, I've already had a Rolando on top of me. I just need you now to make the trifecta.
I'm actively ignoring Sasha at this point.
Unfortunately, he is telling the truth. I have laid with Sasha briefly tonight.
I am
I'm
so
not
sorry,
particularly-
Rolando.
Not particularly proud of this
Struggle. Can we just get inside, please?
Yes, I agree. Let's go.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
he-
Alex.
times
Is,
that,
is
he-
Richard conscious at all, or is he just like? Doesn't want
He's
to, like,
currently
go?
out cold, laying in the back seat.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I guess just fireman carry him in.
you can do this by yourself. I could grab his leg, maybe. We could...
Is Richard particularly heavy?
No,
He's tall and slender. No, he's just. Yeah,
I got him. It's.
I can grab his
I
one
got him.
leg.
It's fine. Just
I
get the
can-
laptop out of my car, please, and let's
Yes.
inside.
I'll grab
Like
the
a
laptop.
prima donna, Sasha limps out. He's just like, look, she could have carried him with one arm and gotten me with the other one. It would have been fine. We could have done this.
Sasha, if you reach down to feel over your abdominal and upper chest cavity off to your right, it doesn't really feel like it exists anymore. It is completely caved in.
Yeah, I'm just like,
You are feeling slightly better. However, it is not comfortable to sit straight up.
Yep. There's gonna be hunching, just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
not the good day.
Mhm.
It's just one serious moment. Just look at Rolando and go, "You owe me. You owe me. I took a steering wheel for your friend."
It is, believe me, it's very much appreciated. I accept this favor.
You all head inside?
Yep.
And I had grabbed the laptop. I got it tucked under my arm, and Katie, can you close up for the night?
She says yes as she's behind the counter finishing up some paperwork and looks up and looks down and looks up again and says, "What's going on? What's wrong with Richard?
We had an accident.
You need me to call 911?"
No. We won't need to involve the authorities. It'll be fine. He's just he fainted. This is what happened. He fainted.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to go to the fridge to get him some water?
Yes. Well, we don't want to we have to. We don't want to put anything in his mouth until he's conscious. But keep the water on standby.
Okay. And then she simply looks up at the other two. Definitely keeps an eye on Sasha and
She's cute. She's
the
single.
attire.
She is. She's young, and she is my employee. So I would appreciate it if you didn't make any advances to her.
You are no fun. Okay.
She
I heard
is
Sasha,
the
she's
word
on the
young.
clock. I swear to God, if you bother her, I am going to kick you in the ribs.
She is
Oh,
a young college
she's not-
student.
Yeah, no, that's all Sasha needed. It was just like on the clock and young. It was just like, oh no, never mind.
So okay.
Okay. Where am I putting this guy?
Right there, and he points to he has one of those lounge chairs that's kind of like puffy quilted kind of thing. It's like just like the swoopy like the
Chase.
the wood is the wood. Yeah, it's like a chase lounge. It's like the wood is like really ornate, but it's like kind of fancy looking.
Are you putting him inside the main lobby, in a boudoir, in the seance area, or in your personal side area before the stairwell?
The seance area has a nice lounge that somebody can lay down on. People tend to faint when they interact with the spirits, so you want to have something that people can be put, horizontal in. So, yeah, it's in that room right there.
So the area that Rolando points you towards, Alex, there's a huge curtain that is semi-open, and upon entering, there is a round, ornate table. Off to the side, there are several ornate candles and trinkets, and the stereotypical crystal ball, and some other supplies. The room itself is furnished fabulously. The walls are of a rich mahogany lacquer. A huge chandelier is at the center of it. It definitely seems like some type of very comfortable space to do conversating of some sort.
Yeah, a lot of witchy shit. That's kind of all Alex got from this. It's just like spooky shit. Right. I'm gonna set Richard down on the chaise lounge like I was indicated, but in the recovery position.
Yeah, sadly, Sasha also probably would engage with this, but also is in an immense amount of pain and is looking around to see if there's another similar style chair to just be like, is there a second one of those? I would like to sit down.
No, but you could have a seat here at the table.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I'm gonna lay down on the table.
You're gonna lay down
Alex,
on the table?
Yeah, yes.
On the
All
table?
right.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fine. You make yourself comfortable.
Don't tell him that. He's gonna be like a cat. You're never gonna get rid of him.
That is a lie. I am not pushing this crystal ball off the table.
Yes.
It's still on here.
Grabs it. It's just like, okay.
No,
Yeah, just keep.
I
any-
said I am not pushing the crystal ball off the table. I am not rude.
You flail. It's for everybody's preemptive safety. So,
Madam, are you saying I am extra?
anyways, Rolando, what's going on with your guy?
You need to figure that out. From the looks of it, it looks like one of the spirits has taken hold of him and is currently residing in him.
Wait, they can do that? Like, actually?
Yes. Why do you think I said run?
I don't Look, man, I look, when someone tells me to run, I just run and don't ask a lot of questions, okay? I'm sorry.
You could have just said the word cops and it would have done the same thing for me.
Yeah, we know that.
Also, I thought
Didn't the mortals need them to be invited in? Isn't that how the folklore thing goes for the fleshies?
Normally, that is my understanding, but we are in Lynn. We were in the cemetery, and some of those spirits are very, very persuasive.
Oh, and they're going to be so mad. I smashed so many things on the way out.
Sasha,
That
what the
was-
fuck?
What?
That was not intentional. You told me to run, and I ran as fast as possible.
You could have just run like a normal person.
That
Well,
is
the-
so boring.
You're grounded.
Okay, so, and he leans over Richard, and he's like, he just kind of pats him on the face, and then he like reaches in there, and he's like, let's take a look at your eyes, friend. What's he looking like?
You open his eyes, and he does have pupils. He
Oh.
seems okay for the most part. He doesn't seem to have any physical injury on him because of Sasha. But he definitely seems out of it. He seems like the energy has just been drained out of him, like kind of like a really bad hangover.
Okay. And just for shits, he kind of like pulls down the collar of his shirt, just like takes a look around, just to make sure there's no puncture wounds.
He's okay.
Well, his eyes have gone back to normal, so he might just need a little time to rest.
Cool. Do we need to get him like a sandwich?
Well, when he's conscious and he can eat, we'll give him something to eat and we'll give him something to drink.
Cool.
Thumbs up from the table. Just
Right on.
Now,
Sasha, why are you being so melodramatic?
he took he
just lifts up the jacket and just.
yeah, that's
Gross.
That does look very
Maybe don't lift your shirt for me ever again, please. Thank you.
You love it. You know it.
Absolutely fuck off. Anywho.
This is now not the time.
Other than getting smashed in a car? Everybody good?
Yeah, my wrist is bothering me quite a bit as well, but it'll be fine tomorrow or the next day.
You don't want to take care of that right now?
No, I don't want to make things any worse than they are. I'm already feeling a bit more anxious than I was earlier this evening.
Okay.
So, and I don't have the means currently to satiate myself. So, tomorrow or the next day.
Fair. Fine.
And you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, well, this is good. And the matter of the loot that we got ourselves here with a laptop. So
Great. Yeah. Alex is gonna grab the laptop and a chair and basically set the laptop on the chair so just everybody can see, and gonna like sit in front of it and then just pop the screen up.
You pop the screen up, and there is a prompt and a login. There's no title on it, but there's clearly a space on there for a username and a password. Sasha, again, you would know that this is a clear prompt for entering into ShrekNet. If the other two would care to make a intelligence and technology roll, you are more than welcome to.
One success.
only 2 successes.
2 successes.
And one was on the floor.
You also know, Rolando, that this is a prompt to access ShrekNet. Alex, you've heard of it. You know that at times that you've spoken to a boy named Sue. It's come up in similar context. You did not know this individual's relationship with other kindred outside of the 3 currently residing in this room, but you know there's something clearly up with this prompt on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't ShrekNet taken down, or am I being stupid?
To the last of my knowledge, I believe so.
Put down. Maybe by the Nos themselves.
Sasha just reaches into his little satchel, pulls out his phone, and just texts the number. We need your login, bro.
Why would you tell him that we have it? Or somebody. We don't know where that message is going now.
I mean, why would somebody put a MacGuffin laptop in a haunted cemetery?
I thought this was for contact, so I would assume there's a
Also-
way to get into this.
Yeah, also, Rolando, is the cemetery always that bad? Or is this a new thing?
That's a very good question.
Yeah,
I
your
was
hand
starting-
got.
I was starting to think, like, was this a trap? Like, were we lured here for a specific reason, hoping that we would succumb to that? But I don't think so. If the laptop was not left by Sue, then where is that person? Were they taken?
Rolando, could you make me an intelligence and occult?
Ooh. Two 10s. So I got a beast. 2 8s, 2 10s. One of them was on the blood die. So messy crit.
Secret.
So,
Yeah.
can't really fuck up a knowledge roll. So. You know, as soon as Alex asked you that, obviously the cemetery is a high spiritual traffic area. There are times there that it is heavily populated. There are times there, depending on your expertise of astrology and comparative figures from phases of the moon, other rituals, it can be, no pun intended, completely dead, or it can be highly active. It all depends on what's actually happening over there.
That's the question. What time of year is it?
End of March, beginning of April, upper northeast United States. It's still pretty cold, but there's not too much more left of winter. There's probably still a pile or two of snow up over there.
But the ground's no longer frozen at this point. Not frozen solid.
It's thawing out.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think that we encountered anything unusual tonight. But it just happened to be a particularly active night.
Great. Cool. I was asking for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to make sure that somebody wasn't setting a ghost trap. 2, I was going to ask, you've asked me to meet you there at this place where I could just be possessed randomly.
Yes, that's not cool, bro. And I'm the one who is rampantly sexually harassing her. And even I'm saying that's not cool.
Well, I mean, I would
Nothing's
assume that-
happened,
I would assume that
so I'm
Sue.
not mad. Just mm,
I mean, I was summoned as well.
no, I meant us having previous business, sir.
Yep, that exact thing.
Yes. Well, that is. Sometimes it's just a good place to keep your head, to get your head in the game, as it were. Sometimes the environment is very, how do we say, it makes you attuned. And if you're trying to find somebody who may not be among us any longer, that's a good place to put your focus, right?
I don't want an undead parasite living inside me.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
enough-
already an undead parasite. Now, moving on.
Thank you.
Did
Exactly.
you get the login info for this, or do I just have to start typing in things?
We could try that.
Rolando
That's
and Sasha,
terrible.
since you are the 2 out of the 3 that currently have any dots in technology, I would like for you to make
Yeah.
me a wits and tech roll.
Sarah had her finger up.
Yes?
Oh, I had taken the Jack of all trades merit, so I also technically
Okay.
have one.
You can
But
make...
I'm fine with letting the gentleman roll
too.
first.
That's perfectly
it.
I'll
fine.
let the boys do their work first. That's fine.
Jump on in. It's a dead man's party. Jump on in. Wits and technology.
Yeah. One success, one bestial fail.
3 successes.
I got 2.
You all notice as the laptop is open, and you are all familiar with the term remote desktop, that the mouse on screen starts moving on its own to the first and second prompt areas, and there are several keys that are struck at both locations in asterisks that start to form a cross, and it says login successful, and it is brought to a simple Matrix-esque DOS screen where you have a simple turquoise line that just starts blinking. And then a couple of moments go by, and a picture-in-picture in the center of the screen opens up. And there, you all recognize the familiar form of the individual you know as Boy Named Sue, in a backwards Boston Red Sox hat, hoodie pulled up over their head, facial features seemingly in some type of scuffle, cut over the eye, the other eye swollen underneath, fat lip. If any of you are currently seeing this, I am dead. For
Dead?
one reason or another, I have been compromised. In my stead, I have left instructions for an individual to follow in my footsteps and to notify my next of kin, which currently is anybody that is viewing this. Because if you were able to make it out of that mausoleum, it means you are the individuals that I was seeking in the first place.
Fantastic.
I have been compromised, and by that, unfortunately, all of your info has been compromised. Beware anyone that attempts to contact you via technological device, cell phone, iPad, even a beeper. It is not me. I have left caches for the three of you in familiar locations. I'm sure all of you can figure them out. I am sorry this came to pass. The only thing I can tell you about my passing, they are human, they are tactical, they are organized. I don't know what led them to me, but they were not after me. Thank you for all of your help. Thank you for your friendship. And she starts to kind of break down. I'm so sorry. And then abruptly from behind them you hear slamming on a door several times repeatedly before it gets smashed in. And then you see them turn, and then they reach for the screen. Everything goes black.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, we've been made by the pig dogs.
Big dogs. The police are not that much of a threat.
No, it's the worst ones. Just because they have a higher rank does not make them any less or more.
Who do you think it is?
The only ones that is the problem to us, human-wise.
Alex?
The SI?
Is there any way Alex can play that video again?
Not that you could tell. Can you make me another wits and technology roll? Since you specifically asked that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I got 2 successes again.
Remote desktop has to be operated by somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. There's. I don't have any control of this laptop at this point.
When remote desktop is activated, you can control it from your end, but somebody's also controlling it from the other
Their
end.
end. Yeah. Yeah, if that's the case, yeah. Alex wants to try and scrub back to the video at the end when there's like the banging and the door gets burst open.
There is no active video screen up. There is
Just
just
a newer model.
the blinking
Newer model.
prompt.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a
yeah.
newer model laptop. However, there doesn't seem to be an active operating system on here. So you don't have a Windows or a Safari. Like, it's literally the black screen and
Yeah.
the prompt to type in commands.
Rolando reaches over and he puts his finger over the camera.
There is a camera.
Yeah, no, we're already fucked, man.
Yeah, but we don't know if anybody's still looking.
I'm gonna find out. Alex is just gonna type on the keyboard, just replay ? And enter.
A couple of seconds goes by. A line comes down, and it simply says, "Not safe."
Okay.
But and Rolando's like, so you're saying that, so it's still functional, the laptop.
It's
Was
a
that
functional
message?
laptop, and there's somebody on the other end.
So did
Well,
that message come from that somebody else, or is it just programmed into the laptop?
Mm-hmm.
Also, FYI, we are in the Catch 22. seeing as our friend just told us not to trust anyone we communicate with electronically, and this individual is communicating with us electronically.
You think I trust anybody?
No, of course, you are a very trusting butterfly of a woman. You definitely open up so well. We know your thoughts and your feelings. Get your sass out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do with the laptop? And do we all have to get new phones and phone numbers? And where do we start?
That is not going to help.
What? Getting rid of our current devices? Getting something new? A burner phone, right? A burner.
Is your fingers still over the camera?
Yep.
Rolando?
My thumb is over that. Yep. Hey, can they hear us?
Of course, there's a laptop in the mic in the laptop.
Why don't we
If you-
just close this? And he slowly does it, like he just takes it and he starts to, keep his finger on, but he wants to close the laptop, and he's doing it slowly because if somebody wants to stop him, they can.
Yeah,
But,
no. Like, Alex is gonna let it be mostly shut, and then put her hand in front of it, and just I'm trying to think of something.
Alex, from that role you previously made, you also know from remote desktop, when they go to activate a program or an app, there's a prompt that pops up that gives permission. So you have to actively give permission for them to open up a program.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair.
It's basically like the equivalent to IT being able to go through your computer in order to diagnose it.
Right. She's just gonna look at the other two being like, is there anything you want to ask?
I mean, at this point, we probably need to get as much information, even though we can't trust the individual.
mentioned that we would want to converse with the person on the other side.
I was like, even if what they're giving us is bullshit, it's at least something I can
Exactly.
start with.
Bingo. Exactly, pretty lady.
And he kind of leans in and says, what kind of question would you ask that wouldn't further jeopardize us?
We're already as jeopardized as we can get. I have protection, and I'm pretty sure that protection no longer matters.
Yeah. Alex is just gonna very gently just push back on the lid, just be like, I just want to ask one thing just to see how fucked we are.
You open it up again?
If Rolando will let me.
Yeah, but he keeps his thumb over that camera.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
When you open it up again, there's a third line that has been typed into. It says Lynn Shore Drive.
Lynchor Drive.
When and where?
Another trap? You can't seriously be considering going somewhere else.
And then a fourth line that pops up that says stay tuned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're listening to us. That's great.
No, Alex is really gonna just type trying to figure out the best way to say it. Just degree of funding, just like very quickly, just trying to get a degree funding ? State ?
Degree of funding? I don't understand.
Yeah. Like state. Well, she also type out like state ? Federal ? Local ?
They take a couple of seconds. They take a long pause. And then you simply see a boardwalk.
Just a boardwalk?
The word boardwalk?
Yeah. And Rolando, at least to you, it automatically clicks in your head. A couple of blocks off, there is a Lynn Shore Drive on the boardwalk. It's literally in walking distance.
Yeah. There's a reason that I chose this location because of the foot traffic that comes from the boardwalk. Lynn Shore Drive is 3 minutes from here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna close the laptop at this point. Be like, look, I understand you got your situation, Rolando. If you want to stay here, that's fine. I'll go.
Yeah, I was about to say, Sasha's gonna stand up.
Sasha, can you stand up?
Can't stand straight up.
Yeah, I can't stand straight, and I'm just like, I'm not going to be around for a long time, but I'm going to have a good time. Let's go find out what's out there.
Do they know where we are? I think if we stay here for the night, just hear me out. We stay here for the night and recoup a little bit. Maybe we'll be in better physical condition to investigate tomorrow evening. Sasha is not... He's not at peak performance here.
No.
And neither am I, quite honestly.
No, I
And I'm
know.
not-
If it's walking distance, I can at least go scout it out real quick. I'm not gonna go in, I'm not gonna engage, I'm just gonna walk around, see what I see, come back.
I'm no spring chicken, but I can still do stuff.
Sasha. You can
might
say,
be-
honey, it's fine.
You'll only slow her down.
That is not true, and at this point, darling, I have been told I am going to be roughly fucked, and not in the ways that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I
Get
would, I process trauma in my own way, and at this point, this is how I process.
Well, are you gonna try to heal anymore at all, or are you just gonna be a crunchy sack?
Rolando, as these two are conversating, you look up, and in the doorway of the main entrance, you see the familiar suited man that you saw earlier on in the evening, smoking a cigarette that it tends to dissipate even as they attempt to blow it out, with a fedora tipped across their forehead, just watching on. Eerie luminescence evaporating off his form. Staring at you, same disappointed, disapproving stare. Same as when you were attempting to converse with the female spirit outside of the shop that had the guitar and hippie outfit.
Why so judgmental?
That is what I ask all of you every day.
Because one of us has to have standards, Sasha.
No, I wasn't asking you both. I was asking my visitor.
Of course. Okay.
Always looks so disapproving. I don't know what I could do to gain his approval, but apparently I have yet to figure it out.
He goes to reach out and ashes across your carpet. It all
And he's
dissipates even before it touches the ground.
intentions are rude. The sentiment is rude for sure.
Do we need to be worried?
No, he seems to just enjoy watching me flail at trying to understand him.
And he nods.
Yeah. Well, hey, some success tonight.
Neat. All right. Sasha, are you going to heal at all, or
If the GM will let me, yes, I will try to heal a bit more. But
Sure,
I don't
you-
know if I can anymore tonight.
You can attempt it again. Why
Yeah,
not tempt
hell yeah.
hunger? Who am I to stop
Hey,
somebody from tempting hunger?
Hey, I've only got 2 hunger. Three's
Only
not...
2. That's
if
how
it-
it starts.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Another success.
I like
I'm good.
the glasses.
It says
Low.
no. Oh, and then now they're off.
Great. We
You
might
passed
have
or
to
failed?
take a bit. I passed. Might
Alright.
have to take a break to switch the batteries because I think that is actually.
You can heal
The
2
problem.
more, and that's actually a decent spot to stop for this evening.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining us on this second session presented by Lagniappe Gaming. I have been your storyteller, Michael Walsh, and I am now going to give the floor to my 3 fine ass players, starting with Sasha. We'll go in that fun order
Hi.
again.
Yeah. I'm James the Lorebot. I was playing Sasha tonight. My pronouns are he, they. My Twitter is going to be Shaggy Fury. That's exactly where you can find me. I am one of the lovely hosts of Blank Bodies, a V5 and spooky stuff podcast. We talk about lots of vampire stuff, lots of spooky stuff. We got a banging Discord that you can come on in, and we love to hear and have people in and educate, of course.
on? Hi, I have been playing Alex. My name is Sarah. My pronouns are any of them. Good luck misgendering me. I'm not fussed. I am also part of Blank Buddies podcast. We do game mechanics, theory, how to work stuff in game, focus on, consent and all that fun stuff, and how old lore carries into V5 and all that. I also do some cosplay and other postings on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me at Cyprus_Skoomka for all those things. Hooray.
And I am and will continue to be Lou. And I go by he, him. And you can find me, if you so choose, on social media at Lou Martinez on Twitter and other places. You could just link around and find me, pop around. And you can find me playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition with Elderworm Studios every Monday night. It's a fun game set in a homebrew world. So pop over and see us on the Twitcherverse at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Mondays.
You can also catch all of these fine individuals on this game, Shadows over Salem, and on our opposite game, Blood and Jazz, hosted by Chase. And for all of us, to all of you, thank you for tuning in this evening. Good evening and good gaming.